It is a strange combination of forces, but you're really concerned about this, particularly with young people, aren't you?
We are. We're very concerned about young people. They're particularly susceptible. They, you know, in the recent times with the recession, with the job market the way it is, unemployment, etc., and we know that the payday loans are particularly targeting young people.
You believe they're actually being targeted, or that they are particularly vulnerable?
We do. I mean, Martin Lewis said, and he talks about grooming of young people in relation to payday loans. So it's the practice of payday loan companies in terms of their it's their practice to advertise, use huge amounts of money in their advertising. So it almost makes payday loans seem a norm.
Yeah. Well, there's been a lot of focus on payday loan companies, particularly over the last few months. Why are the young people not noticing all the criticism that they've been getting and the focus on them, and yet still being seduced into going to them for these loans?
I think they are noticing it. I don't think that, you know, I mean, I think everybody's noticing it, including young people. But if you're in a situation, as they are, the people who go to payday loan companies and young people, that they need that money and they need it fast. And the payday loan companies make it sort of accessible and make it seem, yes, this is a need and not a want.
Yeah.
They are, of course, you know, legal, regulated,
absolutely.
And therefore, you know, a legitimate way, aren't they, to borrow money?
Yeah, they are.
What then needs to be changed, do you think?
Well, the Archbishop of Canterbury has spoken out quite clearly about the need for further regulation, so capping of payday loans. There is also a practice of being able to access people's bank accounts, so taking money directly out of people's bank accounts. We'd like to see more measures. We'd like to see measures that could prohibit or inhibit that particularly as well.
Elizabeth, one of the Church of England was left red-faced last year when it became apparent that your own pension fund had invested in Wonga, which is one of these companies that you have flagged up particularly. Are you still invested in Wonga?
We are, and as the Archbishop said, it's a mistake and we were wrong, and we own up to that. But what we are doing is working very hard to remove ourselves from
Isn't that quite simple? Don't you just sell the shares?
Well, I think that the Church Commission, the Church Pension Fund, would have to is working on that. But what I can say to you, Ben, is I know that they're working really hard. I can't tell you the ins and outs of how that happens, but I know that this is a priority for us to remove ourselves from that connection.
And it was very embarrassing, of course.
It was very embarrassing, yeah.
Elizabeth Henry, thanks very much indeed.